Hey everybody, it's Tim Bainan, founder of OwnYourBodyNow.com, where we teach you how to literally double or triple your health, your energy, your vitality and wellness, so that you get to give more to every area of life. So you get to give more to your kids, more to your loved ones, more to your business or your career, more to your visions and your dreams and your goals, so that you really get more out of life. And welcome to this training video. This is training video number 1 in a series of 3 videos. And I'm so excited you're here. Thank you for being here, because I want to share with you some of the most profound strategies, and they're so simple, so easy to implement, that you're going to start feeling more energy and more health and more vitality literally today if you simply put these into place. And the opportunity is really to get to a life that everyone wants. You know, get to that life where you get up each morning and you're just full of energy, where your body feels good, or it feels alive, and you wake up and you're vibrant and you're healthy and you go through your day and you don't have that mid-afternoon tiredness where you just want to fall asleep on the couch, where you just get to feel vibrant and good and alive, and you have clear thinking and clear skin and everything in your body works properly, so you get to just go out and give more to every area of your life that deserves to have more of you show up. That's the opportunity. And the challenge is, you know, I work with people all the time, and the challenge is people's beliefs and the things that get in the way. People think they don't have time, or it's going to cost too much money, or, you know, they run out of motivation, all these other things, and these challenges that really get in the way and stop people in their tracks. These are the challenges that make people end up being ill and sick and tired and overweight for years, and really not living life how they should be living it and how they deserve to be living it. You know, I was there too. For years I was very unhealthy. When I was about 16 years old, I was actually 4 stone overweight. So if you're overweight or have been overweight, you know, you can relate on the heaviness and the tiredness and kind of dragging that body around all day. It's just hard work, you know, it was freaking hard work. And I had bad skin, spots everywhere. I had psoriasis, like dry skin on my legs. And I had emotional issues too, and I was all over the place because my body was in such a bad state. You know, my emotions I couldn't control, and I'd go from feeling overwhelmed and depressed, and I'd flip out into anger and frustration and just go through this crazy circle all the time of emotions, and I'm just all over the place. And what helped me break through is I found a reason, and it was martial arts. I fell in love with martial arts, started training it. I wanted to know more about how I could give my body stuff that would make it train for longer and not be so painful afterwards. And so I went on a study, and it's 16, 17 years now, and I've been in the health and fitness industry and studying it relentlessly and finding out everything I could, reading all the books, going to all the seminars, listening to all the audio programs, and it's enabled me to really hone in and find out what works and what doesn't, because I've applied everything. Everything I've learned, I go and apply it to myself, I see if it works for me. And it's been enabled me to cut through all the confusion, cut through all the confliction. I'm sure you've been there, right? You read one thing and one person's telling you this, and then someone else tells you the opposite, and it gets confusing. You don't know where to go. And that stops people a lot too, that confusion. It just stops us dead in our tracks. So I've been able to cut through all that for you, and really not only help myself get results, but help bundles and bundles of people I've worked with through the years, to help them achieve the goals they're after. And so I know this stuff works, and I know it will work for you, and I've been able to create a super simple system, a system that you can just follow step by step, that is just easy. You know, the main essence of what I wanted to get across in these training videos and everything I do is just keeping it simple. So that's my promise to you, that's what we'll do. So what we're going to do is get straight onto the first step, as I promised in the video that you saw just a moment ago, and that is hydration. It's the importance of hydrating your body. You know, this is such a critical step. Every time I talk to people about health, this always comes up, obviously, when I'm talking to people live, if it's one-on-one coaching or small group coaching or whatever's going on. This always comes up because, quite honestly, hydration is probably, I would say it's like the top. It's number 1, but maybe joint with a couple of other things. So it's not the number 1 standalone thing on its own, but I'd say it's absolutely top, and maybe there's 1 or 2 other things that are kind of parallel with it, but it's right up there. You have got to hydrate your body. If you want energy, if you want a body that doesn't carry around excess fat that it doesn't need to carry around, if you want a body that's free of bad skin, you know, it's got nice clear skin, if you want energy and vitality and health and just all day long, if you want to clear up digestive problems so your digestion works and you're eliminating regularly, like a few times a day, if you want to overcome illness in your body, whatever it is you want, if you just want clearer thinking, be able to focus your mind more, all these things can be achieved through hydration. It is such a powerful step. And I want to just ask you something. I'm sure you probably know the answer. How much of your body is water? You know, most people know the answer to this. I'm sure you do. But it's approximately 70%. So approximately 70% of a human body is water. Think about that. That's more than 2/3. More than 2/3. As you look down at yourself right now, more than 2/3 of you is water. I mean, that's an incredible thought, isn't it? But a lot of people, this is an even more incredible thought, a lot of people don't then give themselves the thing, the substance that makes up more than 2/3 of their body. Isn't that crazy? Are you one of them? I'm just teasing. So it's so important, when we realise our body's 70% water, it's so important to realise we've got to be putting water in. Because, and here's a problem, I've written here, I don't know if you can read this, I'm in my dark, dingy office and I've had to put lights all over the place to kind of light everything up a little bit, so I hope you can see it okay. I put here stagnant pond or flowing river. And what I mean by that is I really wanted to paint an image for you because I want to get across to you how important it is to keep hydrated, how important it is to flush water through. And so here's the difference. If you don't drink water, if you don't drink much or you drink very little or none at all, or you're just drinking things that dehydrate you, other fluids which we'll come to later on, if you're not putting the water in, your body ends up being like a stagnant pond. You know, really picture it, you know, all the crud on the surface and the muck and the dirt and the mozzies and the flies flying around. That's what your body ends up like, because that water's just kind of sitting in there. You're not flooding it through. You're not creating a cycle of putting it in, getting out very well. Compared to if you do hydrate, if you do take lots of fluid in, if you do hydrate your body properly with lots of good water, then it's like a flowing river. Now, don't picture like the River Thames or anything like some dirty river. Imagine like a nice, clean, crystal clear water river, right? And that's your difference. If you hydrate, you're like a crystal clear mountain river, if you like, flowing down. If you don't hydrate, you're like a stagnant pond inside. And the symptoms of that might not show up right away. Like on the outside, your body might look fine, but on the inside, you're starting to rot and shrivel and go a horrible direction. And we've all seen them, right? You all know someone who's maybe a little bit older, a little bit more mature, and they start to wrinkle and shrivel. And I'm not being mean, but that's what's happening. Literally, they're dehydrating. They're literally shrinking. You know when you like dehydrate a fruit? It's the same deal. It shrinks, it becomes smaller and wrinkled and horrible. So the same happens to us when we don't hydrate our body. So are you a stagnant pond or a flowing river? You know, the choice is yours. If you are a stagnant pond, it's a real easy choice to reverse. You can reverse it today, or start reversing it today, just by putting the fluid in. So I'm going to come to how to increase health of fluid 10 times in just a moment. I want to cover 4 things for that. But first, I just want to cover how much water you should be drinking. And there's a lot of different information out there on this. Some people think it's tiny. You know, I hear crazy things like 1 litre or half a litre that people should be drinking, which is just insane. Your body needs more than that. And some people, you know, say a lot more. The kind of average that comes out, it seems to be, is about 2 litres. And I want to tell you something. Don't panic at this number, but I want to tell you up front, the average adult human uses approximately 2.5 litres of water per day through perspiration, respiration, through urination and defecation. Your body, if it's in a good state, will use 2.5 litres a day. So it's vitally important then, if you think about it logically, you've got to get to 2.5 litres going in. Minimum. Bare minimum. So again, don't panic at that number, because what's really important with this, and it's the same principle that applies to changing your food, changing your water, getting into exercise, doing anything, even if it's unrelated to health, anything at all in life that you want to get better at and improve, the most important principle is that you just do it small steps, step at a time. You just do a little bit more each day or each week, and you gradually build it. And I can't emphasize how important this principle is enough to you, because we've all experienced it, right? You get all excited, you go, I'm going to do one thing and I'm going to crank at it for 3 days straight, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And a week later you're not doing it anymore. And the reason is, when we let something consume us and take over everything else, there comes a point where we've got to do the other stuff too, and it always just feels hard and it's difficult to do it that way, and it just doesn't last. So sustainability, to sustain a healthy intake of fluid, you've got to just build gradually. So if you drink no water right now, you know, let's cut straight to it. If you drink no water every day and you're drinking other stuff like teas and coffees and fruit juices and squashes and alcohol and fizzy drinks and milk and all this other stuff, and let me just give you an insight, that stuff ain't hydrating you. That stuff is not hydrating your body, no matter what you've been told, no matter what you believe. I want to just push that right out. Because that stuff that I just listed there, that stuff dehydrates you. That literally dehydrates your body when you drink it. So if you're drinking teas and coffees and thinking you're hydrating yourself, you know, I've got news for you, you're not, I'm afraid. So I'm not telling you have to give all that stuff up, because honestly, I drink some of that stuff some of the time. Some of it I'll never go anywhere near, but a couple of things on that list I'll drink now and again. But it's because I know that they're not hydrating me. So what is hydrating you is water. You know, plain and simple. Let's just get straight down to it. It's going to be the water. I know it might not be what you want to hear, but it's the water that's hydrating you. So it's really important that we start getting up towards that 2.5 litres. So if you're drinking none right now, start at half a litre. So for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 7 days, however long you want, drink half a litre a day until it feels natural, until it feels comfortable, until it feels normal to you to drink that amount. Once you're at that place where it feels normal, then add another half litre. So you're up to a litre a day. And you do that for a week or so until it feels normal. Then you add another half and another half and another half and keep going. So that's a very quick, simple way to get to 2.5 litres. Because if you drink none right now and you skip straight out to 2.5 litres, you're going to struggle. And it's going to be hard to maintain. So just go a step at a time. When you get to 2.5 litres, here's my recommendation, go a bit more. And if you want a real quick conversion of how much to drink, it's a really simple one. For every 40 pounds of body weight, you can drink 1 litre of good healthy fluid. That's getting to like a pinnacle of health. That's getting really healthy. So if you weigh 160 pounds, you're talking about 4 litres of good healthy fluid a day. Now again, don't panic at these numbers. If you just work up slowly, you get to 2.5 and you want to stick there, that is an amazing place to be. You're well ahead of most people on the planet and you're doing good, and it's at least going to give your body enough fluid just to get by. If you want to crank it up a notch when you get there, go for it. Add another litre or 2 and you'll be absolutely fine with it. So that's how much to drink. Now I want to give you, like I promised, the 4 simple things, 4 things that you can add to your water that can really boost the health, the energy, the vitality, the aliveness, the wellness of that water and what it can do for your body. So literally the difference between just drinking tap water and then drinking some super water that's had some of these things done to it will be magnificent to your health. Literally will double the amount of energy it gives you over water. So 4 things real quick, we're real simple. First thing I'm going to put on here, and this is something I love. I have, I drink plenty, you know, I drink about 6 litres of fluid a day. Again, it might sound like a crazy number, don't panic, I'm not telling you have to get there if you want to, but just get to that 2.5 litres, remember that's your start point, that's where you need to get as a base level just to maintain that nice motion, so you're more like the mountain river rather than the stagnant pond, remember? So lemon and lime juice. Lemon and lime juice, a lot of people will tell you is acidic, but when you ingest lemon and lime juice, it actually has an alkalizing effect on your body. And what that does is literally life. You know, without getting into all the science behind it, acid equals rot, decay, and death. You know acid, right? You've seen the experiments where it burns holes and stuff. It does the same in your body. Alkaline actually brings life, vitality, and energy to you. So acid kills and destroys, alkaline brings life, vitality, and energy. And when you consume lemon and lime juice, you're actually bringing vitality and life and energy to your body. So just by squeezing fresh, I must add, not the stuff in the little squeezy bottle that's been stored for ages, freshly squeezed lemon and lime juice, take a litre of water, squeeze the juice of 1 lemon or 1 lime into it, and you will feel the difference immediately. Drink that litre down as quick as you can, and trust me, and watch how you feel. It's amazing. The second thing I put on the list is really just to filter your water. You know, get a basic filter. You know, we all know, everyone knows, there's so much press about it for decades that tap water is just not that great. You know, it's okay, and if you're not going to do anything, if you're not even going to buy some lemons and limes and do that first one or anything else, you don't want to spend a single penny on it, at least drink tap water. If you're determined you're not going to do anything else, make sure the tap water's going in at a very minimum. However, I recommend filtering the tap water. It doesn't cost much, you can get quite a cheap filter. You know, you can just get a standard one for 10-15 quid. You know, 10-15 pounds is maybe 20-25 pounds to my US friends over there. And really just getting a basic filter. You can spend more, you can get better quality filters obviously, and you can spend a whole lot more. But just get a basic filter and run it through at the beginning point. So that's your second one. The third one is you can add green drinks, pH drops, and ionizers into the equation. You may or may not know what these things are, I don't know, and I won't go into too much detail, but green drinks very basically is dehydrated grasses and vegetables, etc. They put it in a tub, they ship it to you when you order it, you put it in the water brings it back to life, so it's literally like drinking raw organic grasses and vegetables, super healthy, will bring super amounts of goodness to your body when you drink it. It's amazing stuff, I have it all the time, I love it. So green drinks, pH drops, similar thing, you just got a little liquid solution in a bottle, you drop a couple of drops in your water and it raises the alkalinity. Remember, alkalinity gives you life and vitality. It raises the alkalinity of the water, so it gives you much more health and energy. ionizers are kind of the cream of the the cream of the crop. I'm trying to think of a better expression then. Ionizers are just the best of the best. If you get a good ionizer, they literally, again, without going into the science of it, they just raise the quality of the water profoundly. So you go from tap water, which better than nothing, to super, super healthy, super quality water just by running it through an ionizer. Now these three things I put here obviously cost money, so if you're on a budget and you just want to do it cheap, it could just be one of the first two or both of the first two. If you want to spend a little bit more, pH drops and green drinks you buy little tubs and bottles of. Ionizers can range anywhere from £200, which is about $300, all the way up to, you could spend £2,000, which is about $3,000 on a really good one. So it's entirely up to you what you get, if you get any of them, but they're great bits of kit. Just Google them and you'll find out a lot more about them. And the fourth one is sodium bicarbonate. Now this is probably the most cost effective of all. In the UK here, in any of the supermarkets, you can get pure sodium bicarbonate for about £1 for a little tub. And when you add a little teaspoon of that to your water and drink it down, it adds a bunch of alkalinity in again, which helps your body neutralize acids, and acids are the things that burn holes and cause all the decay of the body, which help you put weight on, which help your skin get bad, which make you ill and sick and tired and heavy and cause all the problems in our body. So by adding sodium bicarbonate, and again I'd Google it, look it up a little bit, find out a bit more information, but it's literally £1 for a tub and that'll probably last you a month. Incredibly cost effective. So those are the four things. Those are the four things you need to do, and you just need to start drinking more. Trust me, your body needs water. A lot of the time when I talk to people about this, one of their responses is, well, if my body needs water so bad, why do I feel fine? I don't drink any, I just drink tea and coffee and I feel fine. And the truth is, what I ask people to do when they say that is, define fine. Tell me how you live day to day, moment to moment, in your energy, in your vitality, in your wellness. But really, truthfully, let's get down to it, what it is. And when they're truthful, when they're honest, they're tired all day. They go in and out of crazy emotional patterns all day. They're just tired and they feel lethargic and they're heavy and they're overwhelmed. And so that's not fine. The only reason it feels fine is because they're comparing it to that level. That's where they've lived for so long that that's all they know, and so it feels normal. And when you start giving your body more water, more healthy fluid, your body starts craving it. Your body literally comes alive. It's, oh, give me more. And so your body starts craving more and more you put in because it's finally getting the stuff it just needs desperately. So get through that idea. Start pumping the water in and you're going to feel a shift in your energy that is profound. And just at the bottom here, we've already covered it, but just to remind you, what is not hydrating your body? These things are not hydrating you, no matter what people have told you, no matter what you believe, and I'm not going to go into it in depth on this video, but all these fluids are acidic, they're harmful, they're toxic, they will do your body harm and they will dehydrate your body without question. And that includes teas, coffees, fruit juices, milks, alcohol, fizzy drinks, and everything else that comes under that banner. So get over the idea that that stuff's hydrating you. It's not that you have to give it all up, but it's just get over the idea that that's hydrating you and get clear. You need to be getting up to, gradually remember, 2.5 litres per day to really bring health, energy, aliveness and wellness to your body. You are going to feel a difference that is just profound in your daily energy, in your vitality, in your wellness, and your focus and your clarity. You will feel so different when you put this one step into place. I implore you, I beg you, please, just go and do it. Have fun with it. Just remember, 1/2 litre a day, start point. Then add another half, then add another half, then another half. And just keep going until you're up to 2.5, and you will feel so different. All the tiredness will go, your body will start to shed fat, your skin will clear up, your digestion will start working properly. You will feel an abundance of energy and wellness and aliveness, my promise to you. So, that being said, that's step one. The second thing I wanted to cover with you, as promised, I wanted to cover 2 areas, is the motivation factor. Now, as I said, I wanted to give you the #1 tool, the #1 strategy that I've been able to learn through the years of going to the most wonderful people and teachers on health and energy and wellness. And this is the #1 strategy, the #1 tool to be able to tap into your motivation all the time. Okay, and there's a couple of steps to it, so I'm going to walk on through. And think about this. I want to kind of illustrate the point of how important this is, because so many people miss this out, that people just look for the to-dos. What do I have to do? But the problem is, and let me ask you, how many times have you been shown the to-dos on diets, the to-dos on any health program, and not done them? You know, a lot of my clients come to me, you know, weight loss is a key, one of the big things people come to me to help them out with. And they come and I say, you know, I get them to tell me how their life's been around the weight loss, what have they tried. And some people have tried 50 diets. 50 diets. Mind-blowing. You know, and they still are overweight. And so 50 different times they've been shown what to do, how to do it, but they haven't done it. So it's so important that we tap into this other side, which is our psychology, is how we think, so that we're motivated to keep moving forwards too. Because the to-dos are obvious. You know, most people know, eat more fruit and veg, get a bit of exercise, etc. Most people, everyone knows that. But it's making it happen, making it simple and breaking through all the barriers and blocks that are there. So the barriers and blocks that people get caught up in very often, I find, is time. You know, not enough time, not enough money. People think it's going to cost too much. Maybe it's like the kids getting in the way. Work, you know, they're too busy at work, which with the kids and work combined can lead to a lot of stress, right? I've just had my first child, and yeah, it gets quite intense. Stress, and that's kind of the main ones really, you know, all these areas that come up, time and money and kids and work and stress and you know, relatives is a good one. People get trapped by the fact that all their relatives eat a certain way and they struggle to make a shift. So all these things come up, and here's the deal. This tool I'm going to give you is all about your reason. It's all about your big, juicy reason to make it happen. And so here's what most people do. They get a reason in here that's not really very big. So they got this little reason in the middle, and it's fine. As soon as they start focusing on that reason, they're like, yes, you know, New Year's comes around, they get excited about their goals, and the reason is because it's 1st of Jan. They're just going to set a goal and go for it because it's the 1st of Jan. But the problem is that's not a really big reason. It's not a big motivator for them. For some people, they've got a reason underneath it which drives them, but for most people, that's not a big reason. So their small reason of, it's the 1st of Jan, I'm going to set the goal and go for it, might feel good for a day or two, or a week, or a couple of weeks, but ultimately, one of these things is going to crop up pretty soon. Time, money, kids, work, stress, relatives, influence from other people. And when one of these things crops up, because this reason is so small, the focus goes on the other stuff. The focus goes on the other things, and we lose our motivation. We lose that forward momentum. And this is why most people fail their health goals. You know, 1st of Jan rolls around, everyone's excited. By the 7th or maybe 10th of Jan, most people have stopped. Most people have given up on their new regime. Some brave souls keep soldiering on and do the whole of Jan, but most people have given up by that point. And this is the reason. Their big juicy reason for making it happen, their inspiration, their motivation is too small, and it doesn't overcome all these issues that come up. So what's really important, and what I'm going to take you through a real simple exercise, is how to tap into a reason that works for you. And let me give you a really illustrative example. It's really unlikely to happen, and it's a bit silly, but I want to just paint the picture really clearly. I want you to imagine someone you love dearly, who you care for, you do anything for, a child, a partner, mum and dad, whatever. And I want you to imagine someone holding a gun to their head. So someone is literally holding a gun to their head with their finger on the trigger, and they're saying to you, if you don't get healthy, if you don't follow this plan and stick to it and make it happen, I'm pulling the trigger. I know that's a bit crazy, I know it's a bit of a silly example, but it really illustrates the point, because guess what? How inspired and motivated would you feel if that was the case? If you knew that person would pull the trigger as well, if you absolutely knew they were gonna, if you didn't make it happen, how inspired and motivated would you feel to get out there and make this health plan happen? Super motivated is my guess, right? Depending on how much you love the person. If you chose the right person for the image. So it's vital then, when we tap into a reason that's big enough, here's what happens. We pick ourselves a massive reason. And that reason is so big that when time comes up, or money comes up, or kids, or work, or stress, or relatives, it's just like a little blip in this big circle, this big reason we've got. It's just a little blip. You know, we might have a bit of a challenge, we might slip a tiny bit, might get a bit stressed, things might go on and take us off path. But because our reason, this circle is so big, we just take a little blip and then we're straight back into the big circle, straight back into that big juicy reason. And so it's vital for you to find your reason. And so I'm going to take you really simply through a quick process now, just for the next 5 minutes or so. Underneath this video, I've actually supplied a PDF book which walks you through the process as well. So if you want to stop the video, if you want to pause it and print that off, or go and get yourself a pen and paper. You can work through it with me now during the video, or print it off and do it at the end of the video. I'll walk you through the process now, and then at the end of the video, obviously, you go ahead and do it. But do it right away. Don't hang on, because this is the #1 factor that will decide whether or not you do the stuff, whether or not you take the action and take the steps and make it happen. So, the first part is defining for you what it is that is a reason for you to make this happen, a reason to achieve your goals, whatever it is you want, whether you want to lose weight or increase your energy, or you want to clear up bad skin, or your digestive system to kick in a gear, or you've got aches and pains you want to get rid of, or you've got a more serious illness, diabetes and other things going on that you want to reverse the symptoms of and you bring your body back to balance and back to life. Whatever it is for you, there are reasons that will make you do it. And every single one of us, including you, every single one of us has the reason inside us. Every single one of us has the motivation factor which will absolutely take us there. No question. Like rocket fuel. Like we'll sit on that rocket, we'll light it, and we will fly. Everyone has it. Finding it is the important and sometimes difficult part. Because again, people pick tiny reasons and thus they don't move forwards. So, first part of this process, you'll see in the booklet, or in the PDF book that I've recorded, put in place for you under this video, you'll just see a list of numbers for the first part, and I think I've put 20 in there. So here's the first part of the process. You can pause the video and do it now if you want, or you can let me walk you through the whole process and then do it afterwards. It's up to you. If you're going to do it, pause me in a sec, but here's what you need to do. Put some music on if you want. You don't have to have music on, but put some kind of inspiring music on if you want. And I want you to simply write down all the reasons you can think of. All the things that might inspire you. It doesn't have to be a perfect list. Just get them down on paper. Get them out. Because when you start searching for them in your brain, you're going to find stuff that you go, oh yeah, that. Oh, I forgot about that. Of course, that will motivate me. Wow, that used to motivate me and I'd forgotten about it. You know, and it could be anything. For some people, they have a diagnosis of a disease or illness and they just make a change and that's it. Some people have a diagnosis of illness or disease and they don't make a change. You know, for some people, it's their kid just says something so hurtful and it just cuts to their core about how they are being in the area of their health that the change happens. For some people, it's as simple as they just want to show off a sexy body at the office party at Christmas. You know, it could be one of a million different reasons, but it's all about the reason for you. Forget what your friends think, forget what your family think, forget what your peers and the people you respect think. It doesn't matter. No one else's reasons matter, only yours do. So the first part of the process, real simple, just for a few minutes, put some music on, and just create a list, at least 10, maybe 20, even 30 if you want, reasons of what could take you to your health goals, what could get you there, what could motivate you and inspire you. Think about friends, think about all your family members, think about your career, think about your dreams. Think about dreams you might let go of in life and you just kind of got stuck in a rut. Think of dreams you used to have. Think of ambitions, think about activities, think about your future and what you want for your future. And I want you to think about all these different areas of your life. Think about your kids and your grandkids and your great-grandkids. Think about all these different areas of your life and you'll start to see little reasons pop up. And you'll feel them. You know, as you think about them, you'll feel, oh, crikey, yeah, that would motivate me. So go ahead, pause me now if you want. Do it right now, we'll do it at the end. And come straight back. Are you back? Good. If you did it, great. If you didn't, remember to do it all at the end. So first part is you've got your list. The second part of the process, really, really simple. What you're going to do now is get a feeling, and you're going to put them in a kind of order of importance. So we're going to find from your list of 10, 20, 30, however many you've done, we're going to find the one or two things that are the most powerful to move you. And this is really simple to do this. All you need to do, and again, you can pause me to do it, is simply, again, I'll put music on for this bit, if you can. If you've got music around, put some nice inspirational music on, it really helps. And literally, I want you to read each one back to yourself. So start at one and just work down. Read each one back to yourself and just notice how it makes you feel. Read it, think about it, visualize it if that helps, and really notice how that reason makes you feel. Does it inspire you? And here's what you do. Grade it 1 to 10. 1 is like tiny little flicker of something, but no inspiration at all, really. It's just non-existent. 10 is like, wow, it just like, I'm ready to move, I'm ready to make this happen. So grade each one on a scale of 1 to 10. And when you've finished, what you'll find is you might have 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 5 or 6 that have the level 10 by them. And then what I want you to do is go back through the 10s, however many you might only have 1, so job done. Go back through the 10s and read them again and just feel out the ones that got 10. Feel the one or two that bring you the most energy, the most vitality, the most life, the most inspiration and motivation to get healthy, to achieve your health goals. Simple as that. So go ahead again, you can pause me right now and do the process, or if you're staying with me, we'll crack on and I'll cover the last part. Make sure you do this process again at the end of this video. I implore you to do it. Don't put it off. Don't wait until tomorrow, because chances are it might not happen. So do it straight after the video. The final part is this, really simple. You just create a focus daily on those reasons. So a few options to do that. In fact, I don't even need to write them down. I'm just going to tell you, so write these down. Create a vision, a written vision. You know, you could write a vision about how your life's going to be and your new healthy, alive, vibrant, well body, and then put your reason, those big driving reasons could be a big part. You could describe them in depth in this vision for how you want your life to be. You could record an audio, record something on your computer that you can put in your iPod and play to yourself when you go for a walk or whatever else. You can create a picture of how you'll look and how you'll be, and right underneath the reason. You could literally just write the reason out and post it around, put it in your wallet, put it by the side of your bed, put it on the fridge, put it on the cupboards where the food goes, where you don't want to turn to the junk food too often. But it's all about then, once you've found the reason that really drives you, you start focusing on it daily. Every single day, focus on that reason. Just read it once. If you do nothing else, just pick that reason up on a bit of paper and read it to yourself. And feel it, and let it motivate you, let it inspire you. And what you'll find, the more you read it, the more you focus on it, the more you imagine that reason and how empowering it is to you, the less amount of times you'll spend going for the bad choices, like not doing the exercise when you know you should, like eating the bad stuff when you know you shouldn't. And it will make you just start drifting in that direction of health, vitality and energy and wellness, because you're conditioning it, you're programming it into your subconscious and conditioning yourself to get focused on that thing that really motivates you. This is the #1 distinction in the difference between what makes people really make it happen in any area of life, including health, and what makes people fail time and time again and never get the health, vitality and energy they want. So I implore you, I beg you, go and do this exercise. Do the first part, the hydration. Do this part as well. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope this has been insightful. I really just want to serve with this video training series, because I truly believe that no one needs to suffer. People are suffering all over the place with diabetes and cancer and heart disease and tiredness all day and frustrating, and they're feeling frustrated and overwhelmed and angry and resentful, and they're getting bad skin and aches and pains, and they're carrying around big heavy bodies. And the truth is, no one needs to go through that. No one needs to suffer any of that. The truth is that we all deserve to be healthy, and we all should be healthy. We just need a simple process to make it happen. So I'm keeping this as simple as possible. I'm giving you the best tools I can, and I implore you, I beg you, just put them into place. Feel the benefit. It will change your life to do these 2 steps. In the next video, I'm going to cover 2 steps that will just blow your mind. 2 insights, 2 tools and strategies I'm going to give you on the next video will blow your mind and rock your world. I hope this has served you. If it has served you, please go ahead. There's a like button underneath, and just hit like for Facebook or share the video around, because I want to get this message out to as many people as possible, so more people can start living with health and with vitality and with energy and vibrancy and aliveness every day, like they deserve and like they should have in their life. So again, if this video has served you, which I hope it has, please leave any comments or questions, and I really would like you to please comment below or leave a question for me. I'll answer it personally as quickly as I can. And leave that below the video so I can kind of connect with you and answer any questions, and please put your comments there too, and remember to hit that like button as well, so we can circulate this information and help more people. So it's been a pleasure. Again, I'm Tim Beynon. It's ownyourbodynow.com. It's been a real pleasure being able to connect with you today through this video and serve you, I hope, in a profound way, but at least in a little way, if you can put some of this stuff into practice. I'll see you on video 2. Have an awesome and healthy day. Take care.